What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Welcome to the World Sports Podcast, man. Y'all already know I'm your boy John, and I'm here with my fellas Eddie and Braxton. How y'all doing today?
Man, feeling good, bro.
I'm feeling good. I could be feeling better if that Super Bowl was better, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get right into it, bro. Like Brax said, it was a little boring Super Bowl, man. Bad Bunny, the halftime performer, and you know, it wasn't a good game for one team, bro. It wasn't a good game for one team. The Seahawks beat the Patriots 29-13. Kenneth Walker named the Super Bowl MVP, man. What was y'all thoughts on the Super Bowl as a whole, the game and the halftime performance?
I'll let Brax start since he got his pick right.
Yeah, I felt like, this kind of played out the way I thought it would. I felt like Kenneth Walker would have a good game, and I felt like the Seahawks would dominate for the most part. And they kind of did. I mean, the defense kind of kept Drake May in check, and I felt like that was really the formula to winning the game because I look at like how the Texans played against the Patriots, and you really just got to make Drake May uncomfortable, and you can really win the game. I mean, it looked kind of similar, just like as far as him not being able to move the ball down the field, and he made a couple bad plays, bad throws, and bad reads where the commentators just like, I don't even got nothing to say on that one. Like, it's just a bad throw. So, I'm happy for the Seahawks. They got the what is it called? Revenge or whatever. Marshawn Lynch said they lick back. So, happy for them. And man, I look at this team and I say, man, not a lot of people, not a lot of pieces really have to move. So they could be right back in this picture next year.
I don't know about all that next year. I still got some people over them, but I'm happy they won. I think we all picked them to win Super Bowl. This was nothing that was unexpected. Drake May, he's not what everybody wants him to be. I just hope that he get the same backlash as everybody else would. That they talk about. Lamar Jackson, the C.J. Strouds. I just want them to go as hard as they do on the other quarterbacks because they was trying to push him to be the next big thing, the next best quarterback in the league, and he's not, bro. He's just a Brock Purdy that can run a little bit better with fewer weapons. So I feel like he don't make crazy throws. He just manage the game. He's a game manager, bro. And it came to everybody's vision on Sunday because like he didn't do nothing special, and when he got pressured a lot, even though his O-line, Will Campbell, our guy, he didn't play the best. As far as the guy next to him and the other tackle on the other side, they've been struggling the last few games dealing with injuries and whatnot, but they ain't come to play. Well, they can't play. They just they got beat. But Kenneth Walker, he had a great day. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting they did a great job of locking on JSN and trying to take him out the game by having Gonzalez over there and then having another guy in the middle just shading him, just make sure they do everything to like just keep him out the game and not let him go crazy like he used to do. But he still could have had 2 touchdowns if he had better quarterback play from Sam Darnold. And I think that's another thing. I'm happy for Sam Darnold, but if they actually if this was a back and forth game, it would have been real because he didn't have a lot of great plays. Like he didn't have to make a great throw. He just, he got the job done. Shout out to Kenneth Walker. He took a lot of pressure off of him, but he a champion nevertheless. The Super Bowl performance, I wasn't a fan of it. I understand the bigger picture of what they want to see, but as not looking at that, just trying to listen to the music and as just looking at it as an entertainment value. I mean, I love what I saw. Like it was great visual objects for me to look at. They had a couple pieces out there. They had Cardi B trying to. I thought she could perform. I'm like, why you show the camera and then don't let her perform the song they got together, which was weird to me. And then they try to make everything focus on that. But shout out to Bad Bunny, I guess. Shout out to the Puerto Rican family. I'm happy y'all enjoyed yourself. What you thought, Brax?
Yeah, because I forgot to talk about that. I actually love the show. Like I rewatched it back probably last night.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking, like, maybe I don't understand everything, but as far as like how it went down, the pace of the show, the different things and different like symbolisms that he had in the show, I feel like it was good. And I feel like people get caught up in having to know the words and stuff to like feel like they gotta have a good time. Like me personally, I just caught a vibe and I enjoyed it. Like I really liked it. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna say it was like my favorite of all time, but I will say, like, bro, it was better than last year to me. Like it definitely was. So hey, I shout out Bad Bunny, man. Shout out to him.
Hey, bro, I just that's crazy to be like if I'm talking to you crazy and saying everything and you don't understand nothing I'm saying, you just bobbing. I get like for some Bragg, he just like beats, y'all. So that's why he's saying
No,
that. Understand? He don't care like what they say. He love the beats, and I like the beat. It was cool. Without that salsa dance, that's cool and everything. When I go to the club and they playing that type of music, it's cool for a minute. Then they go back and they switch it to like the English song. So I wish it could have got some little. That's why Cardi would have helped a little bit. Like even this one song for the English speakers, that would have helped a lot. But I'm
he
trilingual, so it don't matter to me. I'm trilingual, so.
So
he
you knew,
gave you that. He
Hmm.
gave you that with Lady Gaga though. Y'all, they had one song in
But
English.
okay, he could have gave me Cardi B.
you
But
knew what he was saying. Though you said you trilingual.
yeah, I speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Oh, okay. So what the name of the songs is in English? All right, because I didn't understand what you were saying.
You said you was finna give your top, yo.
No, no. All right, what's the name?
Yeah, look, I think me and Brax talking enough about this topic. It's your turn, brother. What you
I
thought?
got you, bro. I got you. Deflecting the question, but I got you. Man, game wise, bro, it just showed that Seattle was the best team. I really thought that the Patriots was outmatched. Like it was nothing that they could do that was going to win them that game. What I thought personally, I honestly thought Christian Gonzalez was the best player on the field for them in that Super Bowl because he made a lot of big time plays to stop Seattle from having explosive plays, especially the one play that comes to mind for me was when she was running that post and he kind of like laid his body out there to get that pass deflection. So I really thought he was the best player on that night. I think offensively, you know, is what a lot of people talked about with the Patriots coming into that game. Like the offensive line was going to be an issue. Drake May ended up being the most sacked quarterback, passing Joe Burrow throughout, the most sacked quarterback throughout the postseason. So that just goes to show you the kind of issues that they had up front on the offensive line. And you know what, Seattle took advantage of that. Offensively, Sam Darnold didn't play his best game, but he also didn't have to because like Eddie said, Kenneth Walker took that the running game got going and he kind of took the pressure off him a little bit, but he made the necessary throws he had to make when it was time for him to do so. And like Eddie said, he's a champion, and that's something that nobody can take away from him. And I'm happy for him as a person, just knowing what all he's been through, man. He's been on like 5 teams, and I think he's the first quarterback ever to be on 5 different teams and win a Super Bowl. So I'm just happy for him that he's finally starting to stabilize his career and do his thing as a quarterback. But I wanted to talk about. I think it was Eddie. He said, people been saying Drake May been you know up there with these elite quarterbacks like Josh Allen and stuff. I only heard one person say that because you was like you hope that they talk about Drake May like they do Josh Allen and stuff because people was trying to crown him, and I only heard one person say that, and I think it was Braxton if I'm not mistaken, because he said I think Drake May skipped the line, and I
Yep.
I
told him
did.
hold your horses, man, hold your horses, like he played good, but he ain't played well, and honestly, I feel like the Patriots had an easy road because they played the easiest schedule in the league, and then they played a Chargers team with a weak offensive line. The defense helped them win that game because Drake May didn't play well in that game. Then they played the Texans with they had a great defense, but their offense, we all know what the Texans offense is like. And then I feel like they got bailed out by that Bo Nix injury in the playoffs because I definitely feel like if Bo Nix was there, they would have won that game. And then we seen what happened when they played a team that was there and they had it all going for them in the Seahawks. So I feel like the Patriots had an easy road. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say on that. My next question would be: do y'all feel like the Patriots could be contenders for next year? in terms of bringing it back to the Super Bowl. I saw Cam Newton. Cam Newton said that he don't believe that the Patriots are a top 6 to 8 team in the AFC next year, which is crazy because there's only 16 teams.
8? I wouldn't say 8. Okay, let's think. Let's write them off.
Because he said Chiefs, he said Chargers,
Nah,
he said Bengals, he said Ravens, he said Buffalo. Who else he said?
Texans.
Texans, yeah, he did say Houston. He said Houston. Who else he said? He said Jacksonville, and it was another team. He said
The Colts.
no, he didn't say the Colts. He didn't say the Colts. Who was it?
The,
Broncos. The Broncos. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
The Broncos.
I don't think the Chargers are better.
But then you got to think about the way they thinking about it. The Chargers are gonna be better because they got Mike McDaniel as the offensive coordinator.
You still got Justin Herbert. He can't get over the hump. And I don't know what to go do. Wide receiver because Lad McConkey he ain't been the same since he had that breakout year. And Keenan Allen he old. Quentin Johnson he only a red zone threat for the beginning of the season. You know, in playoffs they don't win, and they got a decent defense, but you know, defense can't win you all the games you need. You know, we at 6-0 defense wins games, but it would have won a championship if we got there. But that just wasn't the case this year.
I feel like the biggest thing for the Chargers is they got to keep that offensive line healthy, bro. That's the biggest. They can't protect Justin Herbert, and then he get all these injuries and stuff, and that kind of hampers the chances too. Because for me, I feel like Justin Herbert don't never finish a full season without a major injury.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Patriots they could definitely be in that conversation. But they just got to make a big move in free agency, in my opinion. Like if AJ Brown really want to go somewhere, I think you might have to go ahead and be like, hey, I need to get Drake May a guy. Like not like I know we got good receivers around a good receiving group, but I'm talking about like a 1A. Like I think that could be the thing that put them over the top.
If AJ goes away, I think it's gonna be Buffalo. I talked to a fan about this because they had the best package for him. Because like offensively, they can give away Keon Coleman and some picks. Because like they not, I don't see nobody on the Patriots that's that caliber that they'll want in return for AJ.
I ain't lying. If the Eagles trade AJ Brown for Keon Coleman, them niggas is maybe the dumbest.
They're the same type of player though. Really, it's just like what you want now and then what Keon Coleman could be.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You banging on potential. What if you trade with Keon Coleman and he don't do nothing? And then
they want to get up AJ because I think AJ gone whenever he's a free agent anyway. So
I don't know. What y'all think the Patriots gonna do with Will Campbell though? Because I've been seeing some people saying that they might move him inside the guard, and then other people saying like just make sure he improved in the offseason and he gonna be better. But I've been seeing a lot of like offense like tackles coming out on Twitter and saying like his issues aren't even bad, like they're fixable issues. Like if he learned how to do certain things, then he would cut at least half of his problems down in half. So what y'all think?
I watched the tape with him. He got a lot of scrutiny because like of his arms, but his arms didn't play a factor. I don't think it's just something are his footwork issues, and when he gets bull rush a lot, he drops down. You know that's more easy for the D lineman to use their moves, the swim move, or just the inside rush to and open him up. So I feel like if he just working on the small things, he'd be fine out there. I don't think it's no reason to move him to inside guard. It don't matter because we've seen him all year. He played good until he played like one of the top guys. So I just feel like when the next year when the top guys come, he just got to be ready. It's experience.
Yeah, I think it's some like mechanical issues that I feel like he just got to clean up personally. But he had a rough first year at LSU, and then he still, came back and had a better year. So I think that's something that you got to remember. Like, he's a rookie. Like, he's a rookie playing in the Super Bowl. Like, so you're gonna be playing against the top talent. And if you look at the defenses that he faced in the playoffs, I mean, these are top defenses with top edges. So I mean, it's a tough matchup every game.
a lot of people been saying though, like he ain't been the same. I don't know if y'all remember when he got injured early in the season. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
since then he ain't been the same. And there's people out there saying he been playing on a torn MCL. And then I also been seeing like former players saying, you can't really say injuries is the issue because if you're out there, you're healthy, this, that, and the third. So, I mean, I get it from both sides, but I just hope he do find his way because to me, I think that he can live up to his potential. It's just a matter of, you know, getting healthy and then using those techniques, like getting better techniques. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be great. But what other off-season moves y'all looking forward to, man? Now that we in the off-season, combine about to be coming up, we're gonna have a draft, then free agency period. It's all about to get rolling coming here soon, man. What y'all think?
Me personally, I'm just interested to see, what the big name guys already that have said that they don't want to be at their team anymore. Like the David Ojoku, which kind of surprised me, because him and Shador had a great connection. So when I saw the news last night, I was very like it was shocking because like I get it, you don't feel like y'all a contender and you want to go and win, but I thought he had trending in the right direction. Maybe he just something internal probably happened in there that we don't know. That's another story that may come out another day. But I'm sure to see where he go because he's a great tight end. I think he's top five tight end in the league right now. He just got to stay on the field. That's his thing. As of late, he hasn't been stepping on the field. Another one is Max Crosby. That's the most intriguing in my opinion because he's a top three DN in the league, and I just like his talent is getting wasted. He in his prime right now is getting wasted right now. So I honestly want to see him on another team. The Bengals have been pushing to try to get him. So I feel like if that happens, Henderson is going. But they got a big upgrade with Max Crosby, and that definitely solves a lot of their problems on the D line. They still got to worry about the back end, but I do think that would be a great pickup for them.
Yeah, I agree with you on Max Crosby. I was gonna bring him up as well. I feel like I definitely want to see him playing like winning or championship style football, like and a chance for to win something big and something great. Because I feel like, in his tenure with the Raiders, I mean, they only had like a couple of seasons where they was probably like competitive, but other than that, it's just been like out of the playoffs. You just playing for pride at that point. So yeah, I'm interested to see where he goes. And obviously, we just talked about AJ Brown. I feel like at this point in time, you got no choice but to move him because I mean I feel like it's a situation in which is just turmoil in that organization with him and the way that they ended the season last year. I think it just showed that like there was a miscommunication and not a togetherness with that team. And I think he's ready to move on. And I would like to see him move to either probably mm, the Patriots or hmm, I don't know, just any other team that really need like I wouldn't mind him going to the Bills. I mean, I think that would be a nice pick as well. So it's just interesting spaces for him to go. But those are my two that I'm really gonna be looking out for as well.
Um, I don't necessarily feel like AJ gotta go. Um, I feel like because what we've seen in the past that the year after they went to the Super Bowl the first time with Kansas City, they came back and they didn't really have that great a year, kind of similar to this year. And there was a lot of rumblings in the building, this, that, and the third. And because the offense wasn't performing, just like the offense didn't really perform this season, and they got over that, went to the all season, then the next year they get sick and they make it to the Super Bowl. So I mean, who's to say that they might not make it back to the Super Bowl next year? So I don't think that it's really time for AJ to go yet. I feel like I'll give him another year, and if it don't really work out after this year, then you start exploring the options of getting them going because you got to think about it, they only a year removed from winning the Super Bowl that very same team, but as far as offseason moves and where people gonna go, I'm kind of with Eddie. I want to see where Njoku goes because like Eddie said, I was kind of surprised when he came out and said that he won't be back with the Browns this next year. But I also feel like with them being like an irrelevant team that kind of has playing a part in it because he probably wants to go somewhere where he can win. But I also think that the emergence of Harold Fanning Jr. And that chemistry that he has with Shador kind of played a part in it as well because he's a young up and coming tight end that Looks like he's gonna be very good in this league. So I'm kind of interested. I don't really know where he will fit in at though. Like a team that needs a tight end. Uh,
Texas.
yeah, but or maybe depending on how long George Kittle gonna be out, maybe San Francisco. I would kind of see that for a year maybe. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, and also Max Crosby as well. But I don't know if it's kind of smoke and mirrors because he's been on a trading block apparently for a long time. Is his name always in trade rumors, and he always come out and say that he want to stay in Las Vegas, and the Raiders say that they don't want to trade him. But honestly, I feel like it's the breaking. He's reached his breaking point with them because if you remember, closing out the season, they wanted to shut him down, and he didn't want to be shut down. And there was reports he stormed out of the building and this, that, and the third. So maybe he's reached his breaking point. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes because I feel like he's the type of player that could shift the dynamic of a team and turn them into a contender, man. So it's going to be a fun off season, bro. I can't wait to see what the draft holds. Can't wait to see what free agency holds, man. It's going to be fun. I will say the league is in a better place than it has been in a very long time.
Before we move on, we forgot to mention John reminded me. He said, speaking of hold, we might have somebody being held in the cell in the off season for a few days now. A lot of drama be going on. Super Bowl, he didn't win. They had the cops waiting outside for him. Ready for him to go to court. So, how y'all feel about the Stephon Diggs whole debacle?
I feel like Diggs, he's always in something. I'm not gonna lie. Whether it's some trouble, some women, he always in something. And so it's a thing that is becoming more of a like everybody know he does it. And I feel like in this situation, I feel like Cardi B was trying to save face this whole Sunday. I feel like they probably been broken up for a minute because it's just so much stuff that's going on. He can't stay away from him, and maybe that's why this happened like this. Maybe it was fate. You do wrong, you can't win. That's just how it is.
So you blaming them lose on him on his off the field actions?
Well, they was trying to put the praise that the fact that they made it this far was because Cardi B and all this new wave and all this energy and stuff. So it could be the same reason. How ironic is it that they going through stuff and then next thing you know they lose?
But the day before they was at the when she was twerking on the robot and stuff, she was just talking highly. I'm leaving my man, he finna go win that Super Bowl, all that.
You know how that game, man.
She seemed happy too until they interviewed her before the game. So she must have saw some unwanted guests that she wasn't expecting. And that must
Well, I told you what they said. He had one of his big moms sitting in the front row. So maybe she felt disrespected by that. But I mean, at the same time, you Cardi B, you ain't gonna sit front row regardless. Because you ain't gonna sit amongst the people. You're gonna be sitting in one of them suites. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the big deal. Maybe he just, I don't know.
So you approve this?
Let me think about this though. Like, okay, their baby mamas are in different sections, maybe, but like he got kids with these people. You want your kids at the game though, so like I kind of understand why they there. I mean, Cardi B can't be that bad though. That's how I feel.
Maybe she feel like, why the baby mama had to come? Why you just couldn't get your kids,
Nigga, they babies.
Well, yeah, one of them just born.
So if that's the case, then what's the point of bringing them to the? They ain't gonna remember.
They ain't gonna be back, brother.
They ain't gonna remember the game regardless if they baby.
They was there. The pictures go show, and then they go bring the drama. He had a story for this for that day whenever it come. Yeah, I'm with jail right after.
Since we talking about police, man, what's y'all thoughts on the James Pierce Jr. and Rakia Jackson situation?
Hey, bro, that woman like Rakia? I understand, brother.
Why you crazy, boy?
Man, I mean, he claims his innocence, and so
he's supposed to.
Hey, bro, he fought off six officers, bro.
You seen the video? You seen the video, bro?
I don't deny that something happened, but the man claims his innocence, and we live in a world where people are oftentimes they guilty until proven innocent, but it should be innocent until proven guilty. So I didn't see why.
He proved editor. He good.
Even if not to reveal, he going to jail for the officers. But he showed why he a great pass rusher. Though. Got it out the way, boy. He got about the verse 6. It was 1v6, bro, and he damn near won. If they had no guns, boy, he would have been out of
there. That's crazy. But man, speaking of like, you know, altercations and stuff like that, man, it was the NBA Royal Rumble yesterday, man. It was a fight in Charlotte and a little scuffle in Minnesota, man. What was y'all thoughts on that? It looked like, you know, players was hot yesterday.
Hey, man, I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm pretty for that brother Isaiah Stewart, because it might be his time might be up. His time might be up. This boy came off the bench, brother. Off the bench to come handle some smoke, bro. Like, you wasn't even in the game. I can see if you was in the game, and you trying to take over your teammate. Oh, you came off the bench, go handle some smoke. Boy, you different, bro. You different. You looking to get in some smoke. That's what it is. You was looking to get in some smoke, man. But I didn't even see the Minnesota one. What the Minnesota one was about?
It wasn't crazy, but that was grabbing. That's it. Nah, just grab. He wouldn't let go. He just wouldn't let go.
They were throwing them. Yeah, they were throwing them.
They were throwing them. So, you know, I love this type of stuff. So I was happy. I was all out. I was smiling the whole time, the whole way. I loved it. Every time NBA fights happen, it's great for viewership and it's great for me. I just have a great time. You know, people get frustrated because Jalen Duren, he ain't really do nothing really. I don't know what he said, but he definitely was whooping on the rookie Musa, and I guess he just had enough, and then he just had to, you know, so some type of fight, and you know they got to throwing him, and then you know Miles Bridges, he ain't like how he was getting to work on with Jalen Duren and Musa, so he had to step in, and big brother. And that's him, and he threw a punch, it didn't land. Jalen Duren did weave it a couple times. Once he get away from that situation, you got a bull running at you, and Isaiah Stewart. He just there for the fights anyway. He don't got no intention to playing for a long time. He just out there for the vibes, and just get his little double, little energy boost off the bench, and for a situation like this, just to fight. So I love seeing that. John's right. He might be out on his way out. He will have the longest suspension out of all the people for sure, because he had his warm ups on. I don't know if he even checked out. He was just out there to fight, bro. So
people might suspend that boy for the rest of the season.
Because he has a history of this, so they might try to make an example like they did Draymond with the technical. So we gonna see the suspensions real soon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say this about Charlotte though. I like to see it from them because it shows that they are together. You know what I'm saying? Like if one of us fighting and we all gonna try to ride behind our brother. Like I like that type of mentality, and I feel like it's good for the NBA. Like you said, the viewership. We want to see that these games mean something. It's a regular season game out of 82, one of 82. And so like let's show that these games mean something. Let's have some energy. And if y'all fighting about it, that means y'all care. So that's how I look at it.
It was fitting too because it was, Detroit, and then you got the YNs and Charlotte. So I feel this was perfect, really.
Yeah. This is our first podcast talking about the trades that have happened since the trade deadline ended. What's some of y'all thoughts on the trades that happened? A couple notable ones. We got James Harden going to Cleveland with Darius Garland going to the Clippers, and then also another notable one, Porzingis getting traded to the Warriors. What's your thoughts on all of the big trades, man?
Yeah, man. Some of them was unexpected. Some of them was expected. Like Harden going to the Cavaliers. We kind of talked about that leading up to the deadline. Eddie Partner, Anthony Davis, got shipped to Washington. I don't think he was too much expecting that. You know what I'm saying? And he don't even want to play no more this season. He shut it down for this season. So that's how you know he wasn't really expecting to go to Washington. Then they traded D'Lo. D'Lo said he ain't even gonna report. He don't even want to go to war. He ain't even stepping foot in Washington D.C. So man, that one kind of crazy to me. The Bulls made a couple moves going for getting Jaden Ivey and stuff, and The Lakers, they got Luke Kennard, man, and I would have liked them to see them go get some perimeter defense. I know we need to shoot them because Lakers are one of the worst shooting teams in the league, but you can shoot the ball, but what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when you gotta play defense? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to outscore everybody every night, so you're gonna need that defense. I would love to see them go get some defense, man. But all in all, man, it was the trade deadline that was NBA. You're gonna have some drama, some spectacles. And the one that everybody was waiting on was Giannis, and he ain't even get moved. So, that's the NBA for you, bro.
Ja too. I feel like
Yeah.
they can move up both of them guys in the summertime.
They said Ja ain't got that boy Brian Windhorst said on ESPN that boy got negative value because they said that in order for Memphis to get rid of him, they wanted Memphis to attach a pick to him to even, get rid of Ja. So that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I didn't think Ja had negative value in the league, but
just because of off the court stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah, but for me, I ain't gonna talk about the James Harden trade because it don't make no sense for me. It's just a matter of how long he gonna be there at this point. Because he probably got 3 years max on this assignment in NBA. We'll see what he do this year. Maybe he get over the hump in Game 7 in the first round with Donovan Mitchell. So he got help, so it's no excuse. So I don't want to talk about that. We'll see. We know the player he is. It's just can he win in the playoffs in Game 7? But my favorite and shocking pick was Kobe White. I wouldn't expect him to get moved, and not to Charlotte. Charlotte, him to bring him off the benches. That's a great boost for them. Like they traded Colin Sexton, so that's just basically a big upgrade. So, Charlotte, they hooping right now. Their streak just ended because all of the debacle, the fight and drama. So, just hope they get back focus real quick. Just get back to on that winning streak. But I think that's a great pickup for them. So that was my favorite pick. And then Lakers got rid of Gabe Vincent, so LeBron don't got to deal with that. No, he got to go ahead. Nah, he out of there. Happy.
See, it's all Gabe Vincent fault, huh? That's what
Oh
you
yeah.
say.
I ain't like him since he got there. Him or Russell Westbrook or Luka. But he and shout out to my boy AD. Your career over, but bro. Just like I said, both of y'all grow with. Hey, AD, you're a champion. You're always good in my book. You're a champion for life, brother.
Glass.
I think other than that trade, I feel like we had a pretty good NBA trade deadline. I was definitely waiting on the Giannis trade. I was definitely waiting. Well, I wasn't waiting on the Ja trade because I felt like that wasn't coming. I told y'all before. What are you really getting when you get Ja Morant? So I'm not gonna really talk about that one. But I do think the Wizards, if Anthony Davis could get help, they've put themselves in position to.
You heard you just say though.
That's a big deal.
I know it's a big if, but I'm just saying, like, for next season.
That's still a
bro says 2020 won a ring with LeBron.
Okay, yes, that is true. But I feel like this. If he could play in spurts, maybe some games, not every game, but some games.
What about Trae Young? He get hurt too. So if one on the court, the other one not gonna be on the court. And if he on the court, the other one not gonna be on the court.
But look, they got picks as well. So they got things that they can add to this team to where he may not have to play as much. I think that they're on a great path to a rebuild. I think you got a piece that you can build around in Trae Young. Maybe you could flip some of those picks for another star. Maybe you could put AD in another package for another star. Like, who knows? So I think they put themselves in a good position. And I know Eddie tried to downplay the James Harden trade to Cleveland, but from what I've seen from them two, James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, I'm loving it. And it's looking exactly like what I said it was going to look like. You got two all-star guards that really can go at anybody. And that's the type of offense that I love to see. And I feel like we seen, y'all brought up the clutch moments. We seen last night, both of them had clutch plays in the clutch. So, I mean, they can go back and forth. And that's the type of thing you want to take the pressure off both of them. James Harden, he comes up short sometimes. Well, you got Donovan Mitchell. You got another, co-star. So, I think they'll be good. And the Warriors, I think they kind of getting content with the fact that their championship window is over. Getting Kristaps Porzingis, because I mean, like, I don't know if he can stay healthy. He's another one that you got to watch for.
Bro. We talking about clutch moments with James Harden in the regular season, bro. What about when game 6 or 7 get you? Then we talking about.
We're gonna worry about that when it gets here. We ain't there yet. We
can't.
We've been there in the past.
Multiple times.
Not with this team. Not
with Donovan. Bro. He gonna quit next year. If y'all don't win, watch.
He had Tyrese Maxey. You talking about him pairing with another guard? He had Tyrese Maxey, and what happened?
He had Kyrie Irving. 13 games.
Man, what?
Harden's got a new team by tomorrow, and he can't even get traded. So there goes too.
He the best quitter in history.
No,
hey, I didn't know. Looking back on it, bro played for 16, bro.
Yeah, that caught my eye. I'm like, dang,
16, bro. I think he the 5th or 6th NBA MVP to play for 16.
Oh, and no rings.
Hey, who knows, bro? This could be the one.
Nah, gang.
Hey, we've been saying that for years.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years about a lot of people, though. So I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of players that haven't got rings that we thought, oh, by now we'll get a ring. So I mean, we act like championships are just so easy to get. There's only 2 teams that get them every year.
LeBron made it look easy. He went 10 straight.
But that's LeBron.
He's getting there, but not winning. He had some struggles for sure.
Jay Harden ain't even got there yet. Though.
Now he got there.
He been there with
who lost on the back of who though? KD and Russ.
Who he lost to, Brax? Remind me.
D Wade and the Heat. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next topic, bro.
Moving on though. Speaking of, well, not speaking of nothing. Steph Curry not participating in the All-Star game, so that means we need another guard from the West. Who y'all think should fill up the spot?
You got to be an American player though. What American player?
AR-15. Come to the front, baby. It's your time. You already in LA. Let's do it. Hey, y'all, come on. Let's do it. He averaging 38.
I don't know about that.
Let's do it.
Me personally, I'd like to see, hey, man, if we looking at the numbers, the stats, man, put Dylan Brooks in there, man. He been performing. He been performing. I don't know, man.
I don't know, honestly, bro.
I think James Harden messed it up too. Cause I feel like they would have gave it to him, but he moved now. He in the East. I think they got to have somebody from West though.
I don't know. Because it's USA versus the world, so I think they're just looking for a USA guard.
It's only a couple.
If they're looking for just a USA guard, I could see James Harden get them. I can see him.
Oh, Keontae George too.
Yeah, he been having a good season. I don't know, man. I don't know what other
LaMelo in there, bro. Get LaMelo AR-15. That's my pick, bro.
I wouldn't be mad at LaMelo, honestly.
I forgot.
Been going on his run.
Yeah, I forgot about LaMelo, and I think he just like the way that he plays fits the All-Star game. So I think. But moving on, let's talk about this news right here. It took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie, but Damian Lillard will be participating in the 3-point contest, and he hasn't played a single game this year because he's been recovering from Achilles tear. What is your thoughts on this, and who's your early favorites for the NBA 3-point contest?
Well, honestly, I feel like if he's participating in this, he must be doing some kind of shooting work on the court because he wouldn't be doing this if he knew he couldn't shoot. So I think that he's been doing some kind of on-court shooting work. I think this is good for him because we've seen him win the 3-point contest in the past. So I definitely think he can win it. But I'm gonna go out on a limb, man, and I'm gonna say I got Con Knipple winning it all.
I know you're gonna say that.
I got Con Knipple winning it all. Just because I feel like that's coming out of left field, and he really been hooping this year. So I feel like I got kind of nipple, man.
I'm gonna have to second you on that one. I think he's been shooting a high clip this year, and I definitely think nobody really like expecting him. And then he's the only white person on the team, bro. He a shooter.
I wanted to say that, but I ain't want to bring race into it, man.
You go keep it what it is. The white people they shoot the best, bro. Well, we thought like it was all right growing up. When you play them teams and they have like all white
team,
they're gonna be a fundamental and they're gonna have some shooters. The shooters are most likely always white. If there's a lot of black people and one white person and he playing, he got the strap. So
I don't know if y'all ever played them Cali League teams in school, but the one thing about them Cali League teams, they gonna always be fundamental and they always gonna shoot that rock.
Yeah. But if Conquer I got if he don't have a good performance, I got Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin.
If Conquer the one, I got Dame.
I just don't understand Dame though, cause like you still jumping, bro, like off your Achilles. That worries me if I'm a fan.
He's been shooting around though. You gotta believe he's been doing that. So
I feel like he been shooting around.
Yeah. So I mean, my pick to win, I'm probably was going with Devin Booker from the jump though. I think he won already before, and I mean, the only reason I wouldn't pick Dame is because of the injury stuff. Like this your first time in like anything competitive really, so. I got to go with Devin Booker in my opinion, but I think this is a nice group. And shout out to Bobby Portis.
I knew it was coming.
Shout out to Bobby Portis, bro. Like he a big man and he's on a 3-point contest, man. I mean, only other person we seen that did that was like Karl Anthony Towns, and he won.
That's what it should be.
I might
like that though.
Hey man, I might pick Bobby Portis. We'll see.
He might come in last.
Was it one time before?
Huh?
Nah.
I don't know why I feel like he was in it one time before.
He probably in the skills challenge, if anything.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
I think this is probably his first. He's not an all-star, but I think this is his first like all-star weekend though. Really.
I think he did skills challenge before. I think I seen him do skills challenge. I seen him do something on all-star weekend.
Maybe not. I think you probably think about Siakam, bro.
I don't know, man. Hey, but while we talking about Dame, what y'all think about Jason Tatum? He almost was about to return to action. They cleared him 5v5. He was practicing with the G League team yesterday. And man,
they say he's trying to come back for March 4th on his birthday, Brax. How you feel? I know you really high on Jason Tatum. How you feel?
I hope that he takes his time because this is his first. I would like for him if he does come back. I hope he comes back before the playoffs to get some like kind of games under his belt because I don't want his first games to be in the playoffs in the heat of battle. I think that's like too much stress on the Achilles when he's trying to work it back. So I hope he can come back. I ain't gonna lie, like I miss seeing him on the Celtics. I know it's not kind of crazy because I'm not the biggest Tatum fan, but I miss seeing him on the Celtics. And I think if he can be healthy, they can make a run because they've been holding it down without him, which I knew they could do.
Yeah. They said that they've been saying though that like if he gonna come back, he said that he gotta feel like 100% of himself. Like he gotta feel like he gonna be able to go out there and be the old Jason Tatum if he gonna make it.
I would hope. Please don't come out there on 80%, bro. We don't want you. We don't want to see like that because people are gonna be betting on you when you come back. So you have a lot more hateful DMs. You come back and you have 19. You're supposed to get 20, brother. Something.
Is Jaylen Brown an all-star?
Definitely. Yeah, he's a starter.
I couldn't remember.
He's a starter.
Oh yeah.
He's the most deserving, honestly, in the East, easily.
Yeah. But moving on though, we got the NBA dunk contest, man. These are participants. Who y'all think got the best chance to win it? I mean,
they don't even need to perform, bro. Just cancel the dunk contest.
I don't even know the Kashad dude and James Richardson. He didn't even know he was getting picked. He said, "Who? Me?" He didn't even know he was selected. And my boy Carter, I love Carter Brown, but he ain't even play this year. So I'm how to even know that he can dunk for real. Like they went back to his college film to do that. But we know what Jason Hayes do.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to get spiff and pull out something miraculous.
They put his movement in the game.
if I had to pick, I mean, windmill ain't either, bro. When you 6'11", that's all I'm saying.
He made it look good though.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Jace Richardson just because his dad won it back in the day. So I feel like his dad may be able to tell him, put a few tricks up his sleeve. I'm gonna go with Jace Richardson.
Man, we in LA. I'm going with Jackson Hayes.
I'll probably go with Jace Richardson as well, just because I've seen some of his tape in college. And he definitely can dunk. He definitely can fly. So I think he's got the best chance, if not him. Carter Bryant can dunk too now. So
Nah, I know that. I like him. He one of my young guys. I like him. I like Jace too. I like watching him play, but no, I ain't really seen him punch on nobody for real. So
yeah. But I mean, y'all was saying y'all think maybe it should be abolished. Y'all done with the dunk contest?
I'm done with it, bro.
Man, it ain't been the same since Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. Like we used to have real guys in here, bro, and now they're bringing in rookies and all kinds.
Yeah. I know how they can fix it though. You make Ant go do it. You make Ja go do it.
Get your stars in there. You got to get your stars in there to go down.
Zion. I don't know who be the fourth one. Ja, Ant, Zion, and who?
Shaden Sharp.
Yep, there you go.
But see, this is the thing, and I feel like the stars, they feel like it's a lot of pressure to do it, but honestly, we don't really care what dunks you do. The stars, if they doing it, we're gonna hype it up. Like
yeah, what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
but like even Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, they weren't stars, but we knew them as known dunkers, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're never gonna be like the same, bro. Never be the same.
Man, y'all speak a lot right here. Welcome to the World of Sports. We'll be right back with some college basketball, men's and women's, bro. Y'all don't want to miss it. Keep it locked.
Welcome back to the World of Sports podcast, man. We're going to talk about some college basketball. We had some good games in the last week, man. And we're going to start off with North Carolina knocking off Duke in a thriller, but a game-winning shot from North Carolina, man. What was y'all thoughts on this game? I enjoyed it from start to finish.
Yeah, man. I had Duke money line on my parlay, man. That's the only leg ain't hit, of course. And Duke really controlled that game from pretty much start to finish, because I think North Carolina's lead was the only lead they had was the 3, so they controlled that game from start to finish, but they just couldn't close, man. And that was a wonderful pass that Duke made between 3 defenders to get that ball to Trimble, and Trimble just knocked down an open shot like he was supposed to. But much love to North Carolina and to Trimble for getting it done. And we got 2 court storms out of it, so that was a great game, man. That's what North Carolina and Duke is supposed to be about. That right there.
I definitely agree with you on that, my brother. I definitely Caleb Wilson. He definitely showed himself, because I was high on him before, but I'm even more sure of my thoughts now. He's definitely a top 5 pick in my eyes. He showed it on full display versus Duke. In the big games he showed up, and that's a huge rivalry game. But I just thought he was more so like a dunker or like a defensive player. But he the whole package, bro. He was shooting. He had a great midi, and he defensively, I think everybody know what he does. So that was a great game for me. Out of him, and Boozer, I already know he was like that, but he stepped up in a big game, and I'm surprised he was shooting a 3 like that. He got a nice shot, bro. So I definitely think that's gonna help him in the NBA, and that's great for scouts. I think that he go top 3 easily. And he might, the way these Kansas players out there hooping, he might be in the running for number 1 pick.
Hey, I will say though, Eddie, much love to Caleb Wilson, because he started that game off slow. He didn't really get going until kind of late in the second half, mid first half, and he got it done for his team. So shout out to him.
Yeah, only got 2 thoughts on this. That pass, like John mentioned, that was a beautiful pass. Like, those are the type of passes that your coach wants you to make. Don't just go up there throwing something up just for the sake of doing it, but find the open man and knocking down a shot, man. Shout out to Trimble. But we talked about the court storms. Man, that game was over. Just stop adding time to the clock, bro. The game was over. Like, they should have just let the fans have their moment. That's my only critique on it. But
I forgot.
moving on to the next topic, the next game. Number 22 ranked St. John's upsets number 3 UConn. What's your thoughts on that?
I didn't watch it, but when I seen that score, bro, I was kind of surprised because UConn been balling all year. They had an off year last year, and it looked like they finally got back to the team that they were in the previous 2 years with Dan Hurley. And when I seen that, man, I was surprised because I don't think St. John's has been having as good a season as they had last year, and then for them to upset UConn like that definitely took me by surprise.
I was at work that night, so it was crazy in there because we in Connecticut and everybody love UConn, so they was real upset with that loss. I think St. John's is a real good team. Like they go under the radar a lot, Ripatino and everything. So I definitely think he got them guys, just ready to hoop, and they showed that, and they knocked off, UConn. And UConn though, they get a lot of, cause they don't really have a tough schedule, especially on the women's side. The women's side is like they don't play nobody for real until you get to the playoffs. So I feel like with the men's, they had an early test. These guys, they failed, but they're still in contention for the number 1 seed. They only lost 1 game, so they're still in great position. But I definitely think it was a crazy game and a great game for St. John's. And St. John's, they just beat somebody else this past weekend, so they hooping too. So I think we got to shine their light too. So shout out to them boys.
Yeah, shout out to St. John's for getting this win. I definitely feel like it shows that, despite them maybe not starting the season off as strong as they did last year, they can go up there and beat the top teams whenever, they playing against them. Because it starts with coaching, and we know who they got at the coach. So moving on to the next topic, though, we got number 9 Kansas knocking off number 1 Arizona. What is y'all thoughts on that? I'm not going to lie, I did not expect this.
I did. I took him +2 last night, straight. In that game, Arizona was they were up early in that game, and coming out of half, I think they even built the lead to like 7 points. But Kansas was the storm without Darren Peterson, and they pulled off a win. That just goes to show you that they actually got a team, and they're not really just relying on Darren Peterson, which I kind of felt that's how it was earlier in the season because they got out to a rocket start in the season. I think they lost to UCF early on in conference play, and they've been bouncing back, and they got a big time win over Arizona, giving them their first loss last night. And also another stat that I found interesting: their coach Bill Self is undefeated in Big Monday games, and so I was like, man, that's a pretty impressive stat. That kind of made me lean towards them last night too. So shout out to the Jayhawks, man. I definitely think they're going to be a team that's in the running late in March.
I watched this game, man. This was a great game. Arizona, they played a great game. They, like John said, they were leading the whole game, and just Kansas, they just wasn't going away, so they kept fighting. I give them credit. They had a lot of like just second chance points. Some of the guys like Floyd Badongo, he was having them. He had a couple nice dunks too, and he came in there just doing the little things, bro. When your number 1 player is out, you just everybody's got to do something extra and do something else. So. Me personally, I think they played better without what's the name Peterson. Peterson, he's a star, bro. But it's just like, can we depend on you down the line? Like, if I'm a GM, like these guys know, I wouldn't pick that because he already quitting on his team. I don't like that. I don't respect that, bro. He think he bigger than basketball at this point. That's what it looked like to me. But we'll see.
I was going to ask that, but you kind of touched on it or how you feel about it. Because I was just going to say, do wins like this make you think like maybe he's not as valuable as people may think? Because, if your team can go out there and knock off the number 1 team without you, what does that say about you as a prospect?
Yep.
So, yeah, but moving on to women's college basketball, man. We got some big matchups coming up with the ladies. What is y'all thoughts on the LSU versus South Carolina game that's coming up soon, and some of the other matchups that y'all might want to be watching?
I'm gonna stick to LSU. I feel like this past week, we kind of talked about it. It was gonna be hard to beat that Texas team twice. And they went into Texas, had a sloppy game, and Texas made them pay for it. But I knew it was going to be tough beating Texas at home, anyways. Just like it was tough for them to beat us at home. I think that you know we get this upcoming game against South Carolina is huge, bro. It's huge. They got a good bounce back win against Auburn on Sunday, which was much needed. But they going. It's time to turn all their attention and focus to South Carolina. They got multiple days. They got like basically a whole week to prepare for them, get ready. And y'all gotta go and defend home court. They come to Baton Rouge, so y'all gotta go home and defend home court. I definitely think it's possible if we play the way we played in that first game against Texas at home, and we play the way we played against Alabama at home. It's definitely possible to beat South Carolina because they're not the same South Carolina team that they've been in the past, and they've been vulnerable. So I think this is our best chance at getting them right now if we want to have a chance at beating them anytime soon.
I agree, but I want to challenge a few players on our team this week. I definitely want to challenge my laser. Beginning of the season, she was balling crazy. She was going out there and getting you 20 plus a game, and we just haven't seen that in the bigger games as of late. But I think this is a special game that she had circled off. So I want to challenge her to go out there and just be the Malaysia full while let everybody know and love that she was. Why? Just show them why we picked you up to play for LSU. Show South Carolina why they recruited you. We know that she's a top player in this league, so I want her to go out there and show that on Saturday. That's a crazy game that I think will go down. It's a great game for both sides, and I think everybody gonna be watching. So give them a show. That's what you do. Give them a show. Get the popcorn ready, and go put on a show for y'all. And I want Big Foe to come out there and just do her thing, do the little things, man. Don't if the shot not falling dry, baby, and kick. I don't want to see no stupid plays. And please, just make y'all layups, bro. Like Koval and number one. I need y'all.
Jordan get to the. I think she better around the basket than Koval is.
I agree, but she be missing some doobies too. And Grace, I love you, Grace. But baby, I need you once you get that rebound, put it back up and make it. Use that backboard. Use that square, baby. Come on. Y'all got it. Come on. Just finish, y'all. Finish. I don't got nothing to say to you. Just keep doing what you're doing, baby. Just be more aggressive. Baby. I love you. Do everything you've been doing. Just keep doing it.
It's going to take a lot more than MK though to beat South Carolina. The rest of them going to have to show up. But I will say I have been very impressed with Zakai Johnson. She came in as a guard and came up kind of got her like playing at the 4. She's 5'9". She's very undersized, but she attacked that she attacked the glass, bro. She get on the glass and she's not afraid to go back up with it amongst the twin towers, under the basket. And I definitely think that she has brought a lot of energy to this team, and she kind of reminds me of a baby Anissa Morrow. Like Anissa Morrow was undersized, but she didn't mind attacking the glass and getting back on the glass. So that's what I kind of see from her early on in her career. Like I kind of see flashes of Anissa. Definitely gonna need the others to step up to beat South Carolina.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely missing Anissa Morrow, man, on this team. LSU great player. But I would say this. I feel like y'all talked about the LSU matchup. I agree with what y'all was saying. I will say this is a big game for confidence in LSU. I think if you go out here and you win this game, you don't feel like there's many other teams that's gonna give you really a test. You already beat Texas, so if you can beat South Carolina, that shows you can beat. But speaking of Texas, the other matchup that I'm interested in coming up, number 4 Texas going against number 5 Vanderbilt. I feel like this is going to be a game in which we see if Vanderbilt is for real. Like if you can win this game against Texas, then that's showing that you can actually compete in the tournament. So we'll see what happens in that one. But considering those are 2 teams that we have losses to, I'm interested to see what happens in that.
Me personally, I feel like if Texas could take Michaela Blakes out of the game, it won't be that hard for them.
Yeah. She nice though, bro. That's a lot to ask. She nice.
Yeah, she nice. But if anybody could do it, I feel like Texas could do it. I feel like Texas is the best defensive team in the country.
Rory. It's because of Rory, all her steals, bro. She had 7 versus us?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was due for a bounce back game because if you remember against us in Baton Rouge, she didn't even play the fourth quarter. So
she's not a scorer though. She's never been a scorer. She's just a facilitator.
No, I know, but that's your starter. And when you play LSU the first time, she didn't even touch the court in the fourth quarter. And you know that game was close. She wasn't even in the game for clutch situations. So. But she definitely had a bounce back game against us on Thursday night for sure.
All right, y'all. Time for the best part of the show now with the Black Spotlight. You know, since Brax got his pick right this week, we go ahead and go with him. What you got, Brax?
Yeah, so for my pick for the Black Spotlight, I'm picking the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker. I feel like he had a great game, and I feel like this was the type of matchup in which I feel like he would shine. You know, quarterbacks pretty even, defenses pretty close to even, and the wide receivers, obviously Seahawks had the better wide receivers, but I feel like the Patriots would kind of try to neutralize them, and I feel like this would leave an opening for him to have a game that he had, and he did. In the moments that they needed it most, you know, being patient, being able to just get extra yards, fight for extra yards. I feel like he had like almost 100 yards in the first half, so like explosive performance from him, and definitely deserving of the MVP. So, and definitely deserving of the Black Spotlight from me. So, shout out to Kenneth Walker, man. And he's a free agent coming up. Does he want to stay with the Seahawks? We don't know. I mean, he got his ring. Who knows what he might do? So, we'll see what happens with that. But what you got for me, John?
Hey, man. This week I'm doing my Black Spotlight. I just sitting here thinking. I think I did the same person maybe last week or week before last. But hey, man, we running it back, man. Shout out to my dog AB, man, Big Anthony Bradford, for winning the Super Bowl, bro. LSU, that's an LSU Tiger right there, man. So shout out to him. I'm happy for him, bro. For my bro, you know, we used to kick it back freshman year, man, when I was at LSU, and who would have known then that he would have been a Super Bowl champion one day, man. So shout out to you, bro. Very happy for you, bro. You know, talked about this, and I'm just glad that you finally got it done, bro. And you deserve it, bro. So shout out to you, Big AB, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out AB, man. LSU alumni. I got two Black Spotlights today because I forgot to mention one of them in the NCAA segment. So my first one is Michael Brown for Louisville. He had a crazy game yesterday. He had 45. You know, when he came back from injury, he started out real slow, but he a top prospect in the draft. You know, a lot of mock drafts. So I'm happy to see him back in his form. You know, 45 is crazy. So shout out to him. And then back to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna give my other Black Spotlight to Witherspoon, Devin Witherspoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a crazy game, y'all. Everybody who watching know, you know, that game was all defense, and he came out there and he was pressuring. They sent him on a lot of blitzes throughout the game. He was a reason for a lot of turnovers, and that big forced fumble that led to the touchdown, bro. So definitely want to give a big shout out to him in the Black Spotlight, and you know them boys champions, bro. So shout out to the Seahawks, shout out to AB, Witherspoon, you know, Kenneth Walker, y'all did y'all big one, bro. So I don't know if I go win next year, but you know, y'all got it this year in Super Bowl 60. So shout out to y'all boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to all them boys. Shout out to Seattle Seahawks, a team that nobody thought was going to be there at the beginning of the season, man. They proved everybody wrong, man. So shout out to them. Man, that's all we got for y'all today, though, man. Thank y'all for sticking around with us. Thank y'all for watching this episode, man. We almost to episode 46, bro. We've been in this for a long time. Great consistency out of the fellas, I want to say, for this football season, bro. We set a goal out to be consistent, and we stuck with it. And we made it through our first full football season consistently.
Wasn't easy. No, we made it, you know. Accountability.
Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all. Couldn't do this without y'all, man. Thank you to the audience once again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more episodes of Welcome to the World Sports Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Follow us all individually on Instagram, bro. And until next week, man, we'll see y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Y'all keep it locked right here to Welcome to the World Sports Podcast. We out.